What's up? Welcome to the North Imperial Suite here at the Hilton Chicago.
There's nowhere in the world quite like downtown Chicago. Today we are traveling to historic Michigan Boulevard to tour what was once the greatest hotel on the planet, the Hilton Chicago.
What's good, YouTube? It's LUISGUSTO. Welcome back to my channel. We're spending 24 hours inside the Hilton Chicago on Michigan Avenue, right across the street from Grant Park. We're giving you an inside look at this luxury Chicago hotel, plus giving you everything you need to know to decide whether it's the right hotel for your Chicago trip or staycation. Before we step inside, you know what to do. Go ahead and finesse that like button and subscribe for more incredible travel content.
What's up? Welcome to the North Imperial Suite here at the Hilton Chicago. Come on in and I'll give you a full all-access tour. You walk into the suite and you immediately feel like you're in a luxurious area. There is a beautiful console over here. Really the highlight for me is the picture of the Hilton Chicago. They added a mirror filter on there. The Imperial Suite is perfect for hosting family, friends, and of course you don't want the guests using your washroom. So this is perfect because there's a half washroom right here near the front door, complete with a toilet, a sink, and a picture of Queen Elizabeth II when she was a little bit younger. Keep it locked because we're going to talk a little bit more about her later. The Hilton Chicago opened up in 1927 as the Stevens Hotel, and for 40 years it was the largest hotel in the world with 3,000 guest rooms. Unfortunately, the Stevens Insurance Company went bankrupt and it ended up being sold to the US Army, who used it for several years. In 1945, Conrad Hilton purchased this. About a decade later, it was renamed the Conrad Hilton. During the 1970s, it fell on some hard times. Gone were all the old school amenities. The building was kind of falling apart and considered for demolition. Thankfully, in 1984, the hotel underwent what was then the most expensive hotel renovation in history at $185 million. It was renamed the Chicago Hilton and Towers. Today we know it as simply Hilton Chicago. This is the super long main hallway of the suite. It leads to every room. This is the main artery. We're gonna check out the second bedroom. Both bedrooms need to be unlocked with a key card. So if you're having a gathering with family, friends, or even some strangers, and you wanna retire for the evening, you can without worrying about anybody trying to get into your room. In the second bedroom, we have two twin beds, a work area, flat panel TV. Each of the beds have ottomans at the foot, a closet, but that's not the only closet in the bedroom. And here is the washroom. It's huge. You have a separate toilet room, double sinks, and a giant shower. This feels so elegant and luxurious. There are crown moldings, beautiful stainless steel fixtures, some great artwork, and the most towels I've ever seen stocked in any hotel room I've ever been in. During this suite tour, we're gonna be talking a lot about views. For me, the second bedroom has better views than the master bedroom. It's a beautiful day, by the way. We got lots of natural light coming in. There are curtains here, plus blackout shades. If you need to sleep in a little bit after a late night partying up in the suite, you can. And here we have the master bedroom. There's a king size bed here and the room itself is a little bit bigger. A seating area, flat panel TV, a dresser, one closet in the bedroom and one closet in the washroom. Speaking of the washroom, you come in through these beautiful double doors. You also have a separate toilet area. This is the type of suite that you can stay in for a couple of months. I definitely would. This master bathroom has the most elegant, the most amazing, incredible shower I've ever stepped in any hotel room I've ever stayed in my entire life. Not one, but two nozzles. Instead of having to choose between the two, you actually get both at the same time. And that water gets pretty hot. When I stepped in there, the echo was just incredible. It sounded like I was on a mic in Grant Park talking to 1,000 people. By the way, both washrooms are stocked with Crabtree and Evelyn products, soap, body wash, shampoo, etc. Everything you need. The legendary Hilton Chicago was designed by famed Chicago architectural firm Halliburton and Roche and cost $15 million to build in 1927. That's equivalent to $238 million today. Back into the main hallway of the Imperial Suite, we're gonna take you to the kitchen and wet bar now. This is elegance at its finest. You can hire yourself a couple of bartenders. It opens up to the rest of the suite so people can come up to the bar. Lots of cabinet space, ice bucket, tools to make your cocktails, plus a cocktail book. I mean, they really thought of everything for this suite. I really love the shelves in this bar. You can buy lots of bottles of champagne, liquor, wine, whatever, stock them on the shelves, and you have an incredible display. Funny enough, I gotta say the kitchen is probably my least favorite room in the suite. I think they're missing a countertop, maybe an extra fridge. You know what? I just realized they have space here so that when you're catering your function, they can roll in some tables and have all the work going on back here. So it's really less of a kitchen for you, but rather for you to hire professional caterers to take care of all your dining needs while you're staying in the Imperial Suite. I'm not 100% sure about this, but maybe when room service opens up again at the Hilton, they will provide those services in the Imperial Suite. We'll have to check with them on that. But besides that, you do have the essentials, a huge fridge, not a mini fridge. Come on, we're in the Imperial Suite. We need a big fridge with a nice, humongous freezer. There's a K-cup machine. I mean, there's enough counter space in here. You're not gonna be baking muffins for the British Bake Off. You're just gonna be bringing leftovers.
The Hilton Chicago is no longer the largest hotel in the world. As a matter of fact, it's not even the largest in Chicago. It's the third largest by guest room amount. However, of any hotel in the city, it has the most meeting and event space.
Now come on, I already told y'all the luxury that you get when you're staying at the Imperial Suite at the Hilton Chicago. This is just one of the dining areas. It's right next to the wet bar. Beautiful custom chandelier. Last night when we ordered food from Ima, we were coming through the suite. It's just so big. I saw the table and the chairs and I'm just like, let's eat here. There's actually another dining area, which we're gonna see in a little bit. I don't usually rave about wallpaper. It's something that growing up, I never really liked. This wallpaper is solid. I might even bring some home for my apartment. Artwork is something that you're gonna see in a lot of hotel rooms. And usually the artwork isn't really anything to rave about. It's kind of kitschy stuff that you can pick up at HomeGoods. In this case, I'm loving the artwork. By the way, the Hilton Chicago back in the day had its own art gallery. Of course, it no longer does, but this is kind of a throwback. And if you didn't notice by now, there are Queen Elizabeth II and Elizabeth Taylor references all over the suite. Why is that? Well, it's because both Imperial Suites were built for Queen Elizabeth II when she visited Chicago in 1959. These weren't places for her to stay. No, my friend, these are much too small for the Queen. They were simply changing rooms. So far during this tour of the Imperial Suite, we've been talking a lot about having friends and family over for beautiful gatherings. I have never seen so many sitting areas in a hotel room that I've stayed in. A great collection of furniture, artwork, little accents that don't feel cluttered. A huge flat panel TV, but it's only one of several throughout this whole living room. And now we get to some of the most epic views of Chicago. A 180-degree view of the city. Earlier in the suite tour, we saw a dining area, but this is the dining area you really want. You can sit 8 people at this dining table, some small chairs, and then the big dog chairs at the heads of the table. And there are plenty of sitting areas people can break off and have their own small conversations. But of all the sitting areas, this might be my favorite. Not only do you get these epic views, you also get the beautiful fireplace. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. This is where Nikki Hilton and Elizabeth Taylor spent the first 4 months of their marriage. As far as I'm told though, we are the first Chicago YouTubers to be staying in the Imperial Suite. And I gotta tell you, it won't be our last time because we are just in love with this space. This is a 4-star luxury hotel, but to me, it feels like a 5-star. Now, it doesn't have all the old school amenities from back in the day, like the cigar room, the golf course on the roof, but it definitely has some incredible amenities. First of all, you could hang out in the elegant and luxurious lobby. There's a full fitness center, an indoor pool, urban kitchen where you can pick up some snacks, some drinks, things like that. One of our favorite features is that it is dog friendly, so we were able to bring Rowdy. He really loves this suite. He wants to just run everywhere. Now, I really can't stress this enough. Let's go back to 1927. When this hotel was being built and finally opened up, it was considered the greatest hotel in the entire world. And I think a lot of people in Chicago forget about that. Maybe next time we'll get to review the Conrad Hilton Suite above us.
We are at Kitty O'Shea's. This is Hilton Chicago's very own Irish pub. This is a perfect place to grab some bites, some drinks, hang out, have some fun. There's sports playing on the television. It's located right next to the lobby. They got Smithwick's and Guinness on tap, as you'd probably imagine. We ordered some pretzels. So if you're staying at the Hilton, I highly recommend coming down to Kitty O'Shea's, having a couple of drinks, and then going right back up to your room. Cheers. We may even consider holding our 1 million subscriber party in this Imperial suite. My favorite aspect of this suite is the fireplace. I gotta tell you a story. I thought it was broken because there's a sign on the wall that says flip the switch off and then on, and then after a minute it will turn on. Well, it didn't do that, and I tried it 3 times. We went to grab drinks at Kitty O'Shea's, then we come back upstairs and I figured, it's the end of the night, F it, right? Off, on, off, on, off, on. Walked away. About a minute later, I see them flames coming up. I was like, yeah! This, by far, is the greatest hotel suite I've ever stayed in my entire life. Huge shout out to the Hilton Chicago for putting us up in this Imperial suite. This has surpassed even my wildest dreams. We will definitely be back at this hotel. Peace and blessings.